Welcome to Chem 111 Nova Online Fall 2020. This is Dr. Burton. I'm your instructor for this semester. If you look at Canvas, I think it's fairly well organized and it's kind of got everything you need. If you look at the tabs here on the front of the home page, it's going to run you through some basic materials on what you need for the course, the fact that you're going to need a laptop or a computer with a webcam to do the exams. Start here just tells you kind of again how to run through the NOVA stuff. What I'm going to go through here is the required material. There is not a lot of required material for this course. The textbook is OpenStax Chemistry Second Edition. It's free. It's online. You could probably buy a cheap copy on Amazon. If you don't want, or if you want a hard copy and you don't want to buy one of these, pretty much any Gen Chem text will do. They're all pretty similar. The homework is on Sapling, and it's an online homework set. You get two options on purchasing it. You can either purchase it directly from the bookstore. You have financial aid. You definitely want to do that. It is less expensive if you purchase it through the publisher, but again, that would be if you do not have financial aid. Labs are 100% online, and to do our labs, they're going to be using a program called Pivot Interactives. When you to get Pivot Interactives, you must purchase this from the bookstore. When you do this, you're going to get, it's like $14.50. You're going to be asked for a delivery method. The easiest way to do this is to have pickup. You're not going to pick it up. They're just emailing you the code. They just don't seem to have an option for that. Anyways, they will email you a code. When your code arrives within a couple of days, go to the pivotinteractives.com site, follow the directions. You will be asked for that code, and then you'll be asked for a class key. The key to our course is right here, and that is going to open up the Pivot Interactive course. So what is that? So you're going to go, it's going to show up in my classes because this is Chem 111. It's going to be these labs right here. So we've got some pencil and paper labs, and we have these sets of labs in Pivot Interactives. Now, what these things look like is, I would argue, quite nice because it's going to have you actually kind of look at the experiment. So the first one we're doing is measurements and graphing. Now, I think virtually all of the labs that we have in Pivot Interactives have a video from me on how to navigate them. So just watch the video before you get started. Mostly because it has a set of tools that you want to make sure that you can use and think about how you're going to use the video. So it starts out by just saying, hey, these are some questions we're going to ask you. And what it does is it goes into the experiment. Now, in the experiment, it is going to run a video and take measurements. And so what you're going to do is you're going to press play and you're going to take and watch this do the experiment. And so they're going to take and they're going to pour in a liquid in this case, which measures density. You're going to stop at some point. You're going to record the mass, and then you're going to continue, and they're going to add some more liquid, and you're just going to keep doing this until you have a whole bunch of data points. When you have your data points, you're going to graph them. How to graph is in the video that I have there. And once you've done that, you're going to take a look and can consider the line that's going to fit these, y equals mx plus b. Figure out what the slope means. We want to get the density for this liquid. And you're going to continue to go from there. So that is the experiment. When you're done and you've submitted, I think the option is save and close is what's going to end this. That will have submitted it. Now, with a quick note, Pivot Interactives is not embedded in Canvas, meaning your grade will not be immediately visible in Canvas. I will have to grade it on the Pivot site and then manually add your grade to Canvas. So just be patient on that one. I will get there. So OpenStax, Sapling. So I'll show you that in a second. A couple things you also need. You have to have a webcam. The best way to send me questions is not email me, but is to use a program called Remind. Just sign up for it right here. When you get stuck on anything, simply take a screenshot of it, send that screenshot to me. I can very quickly annotate it and get it back to you. It's by far the best way to ask questions on homework, stuff like that. So instead of waiting a few days and waiting for me to show up on Zoom, just send me the questions. It'll keep you from going down the rabbit hole. So scanning app, you're going to be submitting assignments online as a PDF. I need you to have a scanning app to do that. You can do this with your cell phone. Just take pictures. Make sure you use a decent scanning app. For example, Genius Scan or Office Lens are both pretty good. When you use these, submit your document as one file, not like 6 different pictures. If you send it as 6 different pictures, first time I'll just tell you to redo it, and after that, I won't accept it. It's just way, way too hard. All right, so those are the required materials. Let's go back to the homepage and see how you navigate the course. Everything in this course is done in terms of modules for exam content. So there are 4 exams and a mandatory final. If you click on the content for exam 1, it's going to take you into the first chapter. In the first chapter, you have pretty much everything you need. So here at the bottom are the text and videos. So if you want to see the video for chapter 1, section 1, this is the basic content you need. This is the link to the textbook. And these are videos on the scientific method. Some of the stuff are my videos, and some are just videos that I thought were good off of YouTube. And that's what is in the text and video portion. Up here, you're going to have a study guide that's kind of help you to walk you through the textbook or the videos or however it is you want to learn it. There are PowerPoints, there's extended PowerPoints. The most important thing is the assignments here. So on the assignments page are all of the assignments that are going to be in chapter 1. So please don't go over here and follow this assignments link because that doesn't have any content in it. It just has due dates. But for some of this stuff, you're going to need to do something before the due date. So take a look at the actual content. Now, I said Sapling is the online homework. So this is Introduction to Sapling. It's an extra credit assignment, and you're going to click on that. Now, Sapling is embedded in Canvas, which means it will take you out of Canvas into Sapling, and then it will record your grade back into Canvas. So if you have a Sapling account, it'll take you to the assignment. If you don't have a Sapling account, this is where you are going to sign up for one. It's going to ask you, pay for it, put in your user account. You can only sign up for my class, and you can only sign up for Sapling inside of Canvas. Even if you pay for it in the bookstore, you have to sign up for it and create your account inside of Canvas. Once you do that, you're just going to click on one of these assignments. And when you do that, it takes me, because I'm the instructor, into creating it. But on your preview or what you're going to look like, it's going to just take you into the assignment, and you're going to go through and do each of these questions. The practices and the extra credit are unlimited in time, and there are no points off for incorrect answers. So just keep working on it till you get the right answer. If you get stuck, take a screenshot, send it to me on Remind. The quizzes, on the other hand, you will lose credit for each wrong answer. And at some point, you will just run out of attempts. So make sure you do the practices first. Both the practice and the quizzes are required for your grade. So back into our Canvas course. So those are your assignments. Now, continuing back onto that page, there are Sapling assignments. There's an assignment just to help us learn how to use Canvas. There are extra credit assignments, and this is the extra credit, and this is the document. So this is where you submit it. These are some lab assignments as well. So all of your assignments that are sort of involved in chapter 1 are linked here, including the lab assignments. So everything is in the same page. Once you have done those and you have finished all of what you need for chapter 1, you're going to continue and do the exact same thing in chapter 2. So you go to chapter 2 course material. And once you've done chapter 2 course material, by the way, there's one other part here down at the bottom, and it says extra material. Extra material is going to have the keys, the answer key for both the extra credit and the study guide. They're going to have a set of my personal notes, and it's going to have other sorts of interesting pieces of information. So those are all there. Use as you see fit. Once you have done chapter 1 and chapter 2 material, there's going to be a link that says studying for the exam, and that is going to give you a list of what you need to know for the exam. Personally, I would print that out at the beginning, not at the end. And then a sample exam and a sample exam key. Those are again for your benefit. Those are not to be turned in. The only stuff that you need to turn in is if you go to the chapter and you click on assignments. If it's not there, I don't need you to turn it in. When you're through, we're going to take the exam. Right now, the exams are not on Canvas because we haven't prepped them yet, but we'll get there really soon. The last thing I need you to do is to come up here into discussions and please introduce yourself. My post in here was the picture of bedtime in my house. Yes, that is actually what it looks like. So please just introduce yourself. Tell me something I or we need to know about you. And the last thing is going to be Zoom. I will have very regular office hours on Zoom, but there will also be a lecture for the lab every Saturday morning once a month on Zoom. Our first one is this Saturday at 10 a.m. And so I will hopefully see you then. And in the meantime, just look for messages because I'll be on Zoom and I'm always available on Remind to answer questions. All right, Dr. B out.